Awesome. All right, so this is to hopefully help improve the quality of our stream. As you guys know, we are always trying to improve, and so our YouTube channel is doing well. Jack, thank you again for your constant work on that. If you guys are interested in helping Jack with the YouTube channel, please see him. He can tell you how he does the operations, and also uploads and stuff like that. He is graduating, so we need people who are willing to step up in that capacity. And so this is a first test of a different microphone. So we'll see how this all works. It might be great. It might be terrible. We'll find out today. So, as the sign-in sheet's passing around, I had asked for a volunteer, and she said no. So I need. Now, no one has to volunteer. I'll say that, but I'm not going to give any context to this at all, and that's kind of why they said no. But do I have anyone who says I'm willing to volunteer for whatever Pastor Will may have schemed for me this morning? Braden, you're willing? You sure? Okay, come on up. Can you grab the blindfolds out of there, please? So before I go into here, check in there. They should be in a tub. So anyway, as you guys know, today starts a brand new month, right? What month is this month? February. The month of love. And we are going to be talking about love. We're going to be talking about all things love. We're going to be talking about the love talk. What does the Bible say about love, sex, and purity? And a lot of people are now looking at me like, oh no. Is it going to be that kind of month, Pastor Will? Yes, it is. You know this one? That's a good rule of thumb. No sex before marriage. But why? I do. And here, let me. Hold on. I'm going to ask you.
There's 2 holes here.
Yeah, he's fine. I can breathe. I don't think it's going to. Just hold it right there. Okay. Perfect. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Okay, so. Huh? What? Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So, anyway, let's see here. So yeah, this is the month of February. I will be doing the love talk this month. And someone said, oh my gosh, he does this every year. So why do I do it every year? Okay, it's in here. Okay, Braden, I need you to slowly, let me have this hand. Okay, you guys ready? All right, put your hand, we're going to have it put in here. Go ahead now, put it in there. Grab what's inside and pull it out. This? Yeah. All right, go ahead, take the lines off and tell me what that is. What is it?
Starbucks.
Congratulations, go sit down. Wow, anticlimactic. Here's the thing. Why in the world do none of you trust me? I need to know why. I look mischievous? Something about my fit screams mischievous. Okay? Here's the thing. We're talking about love, all right? And there's a passage in the Bible that talks about, you know, what kind of God gives bad gifts, right? What in the world are you guys thinking? Like, do you really think that I'm going to bring you up here on a Sunday morning in your church clothes and embarrass you in front of all of YouTube?
Yep. Yes.
My reputation precedes me. No, I honestly, talking to Stacy about it, we were like, let's build it up and make it something really good. And now 90% of the girls in this room love Starbucks, and we were going to actually bring in a Starbucks and just, ta-da, What? No, we're dead serious. She has all the messages. And when we were talking about this, we were like, why? Why would you do that? Well, we want to talk about love. And today, we're going to be talking about love in a different context. Over the next 4 weeks, we're going to be talking about, today, the Bible's definition of love. What does the Bible say about love? Okay? Then we're going to be talking about, what does the Bible say about purity and sex? We are. It will be an adult conversation for adults, because all y'all are adults. Okay? And there ain't nothing you haven't heard in middle school or lower that I'm going to tell you next week that will surprise you. Okay? What kinds of love are there, and am I showing it? And finally, what is the greatest love? So today we're talking about the Bible's definition of love. Everybody just hold tight. It's easy. It's no problem. The Bible's definition of love is very simple. Okay? And it's found in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13. Starting off in verses 1 through 3, it says, "If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I'm nothing. If I give all I have, but if I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never ends." Another version is love never fails. Pretty straightforward. Oh man, Pastor Will's going to give a gushy message every week this month. No, we're talking about love. But there's different kinds. There's tough love, right? I remember tough love conversations with my dad, where he's just like, "Well, son, get over it." Tough love. Now, he loved me enough to say that, right? Other people wouldn't have even said that. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's a little baby, okay? No, that's not what a dad's going to do. A dad's going to be like, "You dummy, get over it. You're all right," right? But I needed that too. I need to be like, yeah, you're right. It's no big deal. I'll get over it. But mom's different. The mom love is different too, and I need that too, right? As a kid, I jumped off the swing and scraped my leg. Mom's like, "Oh, my baby." Neosporin, Band-Aid, sometimes a kiss from my boo, and I'm on my way. But I needed that. I needed that as a kid. I needed to know mom cared. And I needed to know that mom cared different than dad cared, because that balance was important, right? The balance of having both types of love is important in our lives, right? If you need something from me, you're going to get love from me, but it may not be in the way that you want it. Fellas, you do something dumb, I'm going to tell you that was dumb. It may be in love, but it may not be the same way that your mama does it, okay? And it certainly won't be the same way Stacy does it, because Stacy is a different person, and she will love differently. Ladies, if you need something, I tell you all the time, take it to Stacy. Why do I say that? Because I'm terrible with teenage girls. And I've got 2 girls. I'm in big trouble when I get older. They're going to come to me and they're like, "Dad, this boy did this or that." And I'm over here like, "Gonna take care of it, babe, no worries." That's not how you solve it, right? But I'm over here, I'm like, I'm going to show them love. I'm going to show this nice, young, 16-year-old boy some love, too. It's like, "Come here, boy." No. But at the same time, Stacy will be like, "It's okay. He's not worth it. This or that." She'll talk to her, and they'll talk it out, and it'll be that kind of love, right? God shows love to you in different ways. Sometimes God will be like, hey, it's okay. I understand what you're feeling. I understand how you're hurting. I'm there for you. And you need that. You need that comfort that the Lord gives. It says in the Bible that God is the Prince of Peace, and He covers you with that. But at other times, I'm here to tell you, God will definitely be that, hey, you knew this was coming. You brought this on yourself. What were you thinking? And you'll be like, oh, sorry, God, you're right. I know. But you need that too. Okay? And so when we see different aspects of love, sometimes we receive them well, sometimes we don't receive them at all. That's also based on the ways you receive love, right? So I'm going to give an example, another example here. How many of you guys know about the 5 love languages? Anybody? Excellent. This is a nobody. This is perfect because we are going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this later this month, okay? Now, these are the ways proven of how you give love and how you receive love. It's important to know that. So, I'll give a couple questions. How many of you in this room, nothing says love to you like when someone does something for you? For instance, an act of service. If someone comes up to you and they're like, hey, I know, you had to do this, but I went ahead and I did it for you. I did the dishes for you, or I did your chores, or I cleaned your room, or I did something that you had to do so that you wouldn't have to. And you're just like, aw, dang. Anybody in here that say that would be like the best form of love? I saw a hand. Yeah, come on. Respect. Okay. Here's another one. If grandma comes up to you, gives you a little pinch on the cheek, aren't you just the cutest thing? Or maybe mom comes up and gives you a hug. I love you. Dad gives you a pat on the shoulder. Hey, son, real proud of you, son. That touch, whatever it is. Would you say that is the number one? Like, that shows me love. Braden, boom. That's why I walk up to Braden every Sunday. Right here. Chris, high five, baby. Boom. Miss. Total smack in the face. Oh, sorry. No. Yeah. Michelle, here it is. Michelle, you watch this lady, you'll know. All right. Michelle, every single Sunday will be like, hugs. Every youth, adult, doesn't matter. She wants to give the hug because she's showing love. That how you feel love? Exactly. You need that. Like, yes. Okay, here's another one. What if someone comes up to you and with their words, they really build you up? They come up to you like, you are so smart. I just wish I was as smart as you. It's like, you look so pretty today. Like, girl, you got your fit working for you today. Let me tell you. Like, or they come up to you like, man, you're like tough on that, sport. You bodied them on the inside of the paint. You're so good at baseball and softball. Whatever it may be, your words, the words that are said to you, thanks. Just love. I feel loved by that. Anybody there would say that? For me, that's my number one. You want to tear me down? Words. And everybody in here goes, oh, we said that we didn't believe and trust in him earlier. Out loud. Felt about that big. No. But I understand my tendencies, right? So likewise, I give love in that way. I'm an encourager. I will try my best to speak life into people because that's how I receive love. And so how I'm going to give love? I may not hug you every week, but nice boots. It'll be something to that extent of I want you to know that I see you. And so I'll say it with words. Right? There are different ways of showing love. There are more. There's 5 of them to be specific. I don't want to go into all of them because there's some that are even different from that. Okay? But we are going to do that later this week, and you're going to find out your tendencies, how you receive love, how you show love. Because some things you'll hear in the scriptures, you'll read, and you'll be like, God, this doesn't make sense. And then God will show you love in a way that you'll be like, wow, I needed that. So, it continues on to say in the book of John, chapter 13, 34, and 35, a new command I give you, that you love one another just as I have loved you. You also are to love one another. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. Super basic, right? Love one another. So, easy question, right? Parker, you got this, right? Okay. Who is he referring to when he says one another? I just did.
No.
On the spot.
No.
See, this is not how Parker receives love. You see this? This is not. It's okay. Grace can answer it for you. Grace, go ahead. What is your birthday? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grace. Happy birthday to you. Grace, do you feel loved this morning? She says, sure. Now, I don't have to answer this question, right? You don't have to. Audrina's next to you, and Audrina can answer it. Audrina, tell me. Love one another. I can't go all the way down the row. I might as well just switch to the other side of the room. My boys would have had this answer by now. Wouldn't you, fellas? Yeah, Jackson. Jackson, go ahead, tell me. Love one another. Who is he referring to? Who said thy neighbor? Who? Who's your neighbor? What's his name? Jeb? No. Who's your neighbor? Yeah, who's your neighbor? Boom. Super easy. Great job, fellas. Right? You close enough. About as close as that reindeer flying last week. All right. Listen. Loving one another. This is the most basic concept known to man. It is one of the hardest things to do. Hear me out, okay? Everyone in this room has an idea of who another person is. You might have seen them in passing before, right? Other people are like, this is like my best friend. It's the only person I talk to through the week. They practically get me through the week. Great. They're easy to love them, right? Because you know them, right? If I took one of you downstairs and said, hey, I want you to walk up to this person who it happens to be their first time here at the church. They're a complete guest. I don't even know their name. Go love them. How many of you would be able to say, yeah, no problem, I'll go do that? Got a couple? Sarah's like, wait a second. I see this. This is a trap. No. Great, you're in. I saw your hand. No. CCCR, sorry. You guys are about the same. No, I'm just kidding. Point being, you guys, some of you are like, oh yeah, I could do that. Other people are like, are you crazy? I won't even say hi to my mom if we're in public. But the point is to love one another. He's saying there's no restrictions on this. All right? A new command, which means, hey, listen up, this is a tough one. All right? That you love one another just as I have loved you. Ooh. Whoa. So the caveat here is this isn't a normal love. All right? This isn't loving one another just as I have loved you. All right? That means you cannot love your best friend differently than you love a complete stranger. You have to love them the same because it's the way that Jesus loved you. The more we go into this, you guys, you really got to listen to me. It starts to get difficult. Oh, love. I can love. We throw around the word love all the time, every day. Sometimes 10 to 12 times a day. Oh, I love it. I love this. I love that. I love you. Love. Right? But after you say it over and over and over, it loses its meaning, doesn't it, Nathan? After time, it's just like, yeah. If you say it enough, girls, you can attest to this. If someone says, I love you, you're going to be like, uh-huh, sure. Now, say it's your boyfriend. Grant, Madeline, gonna pick on you guys. There's the only known couple in here, so I have to. Right? Madeline, Grant says, hey, I love you. Right? You believe him. If he says it again, yeah, I believe you. If he says it 10 times in less than 10 minutes, you're going to be like, all right, Grant, what'd you do? Huh? What's up? What'd you break? Right? Because now it's like the meaning of it is totally gone. There's got to be something behind this. There's no way he would say this many times and truly mean it the same way. Right? The point being is, if you guys walk around saying, oh, I love, eventually everybody's going to be like, do you? Do you really? Because your actions and your words aren't lining up. By what you said and by what you did, I don't see it. You said, I love you. Like, I thought we were friends. But I heard from over here that you said something like this about me. I thought we were besties. That's not love. Fellas, we're different, right? We may not say love a billion times, but with our actions, you know I'm there for you and you're there for me, right? So if our actions don't line up, something's off. I thought we were boys. Nah, man. What? He just scooted his chair 3 inches that way. Done. No, like, there has to be that same meaning, right? It has to be. Or else it's going to corrupt who you are. Listen to me, I don't like fakes, okay? As a fake, I was a fake for many, many years as a teenager, and it almost destroyed me. Physically, literally, I almost was not here, right? And it's because the love I was saying was not the love of my heart. Yeah, sure, I'll love my parents. I kind of have to, or I am obligated to love my parents. But, you know, my parents hurt me too. Maybe I don't love this parent as much as I love that parent right now. Maybe I don't love this friend as much as I love that friend right now. And I'm going to show them. I'm going to make sure they know I'm mad at them. Love you too. No, that's not what this says. This says love as I have loved you, which means your opinions don't matter. They don't. Your feelings, 0. You think God's ever been mad at you? You think God ever has been upset with you? You think God looked at you and was like, that was pretty dumb, Gavin. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, ugh. I remember my parents coming up after I'd done something stupid. Pretty normal. I did that a lot, right? I remember one time I had a rule, right? Real basic rule. But my rule was I got to come in by the street light. I could go wherever I wanted in my subdivision. Just be home by the street light. A lot of freedom. I was like, all right. One night I was out playing with the friends. Didn't think a lick about the time. Not at all. It was dark. I mean, dark. Right? I come walking through the front door. My mom and dad are sitting on the couch, like straight forward as I'm walking in. As I walk in the door, my mom goes, like instant, like big sigh of relief. And I'm like, instantly, like a rush came over me like, oh no. Oh no. Right? My dad looks at me and he goes, son, go upstairs. We'll talk about this tomorrow. And I'm just like, oh no, we need to talk about this now. I'm not going to be able to sleep all night. You're killing me. But that was it. Conversation was over. My parents, they got up off the couch and went to bed. And I'm like, and I was like, okay. Went to bed. Got up the next day. Before they could say anything, I'm like, trying to make them breakfast. I'm like, hey, about last night, I'm so sorry. Like, I lost track of time. Silly me, right? And my dad's like, well, you're grounded. Okay, that's fine. He's like, no TV. Right? It's before cell phones, so they couldn't just ground me off the phone. But no TV, no computer, no internet, which is new, dial-up, right? No video games. Then he goes, no radio in your room. He's like, you are banned from all electronics. For how long? Well, the summer. I'm over here, I'm like, the punishment did not meet the crime, Dad. You're doing it wrong. And his thing was this. He said this afterwards, and I'll never forget it, okay? He said, son, I love you. You laughed right there, right? He looked at me, and in all, like, the most sincere I have felt in a long time, he looked at me dead in the eye, and he said, son, I love you. I felt it. And at that point, I was like, okay. Punishment was now the punishment. I was okay with it. I knew everything changed. Why? Why did it change in that moment for me? Mm-hmm. Well, you can say it out loud. I hear you talking. Come on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I felt my Father's love through his correction, through the discipline. I felt it. It was real. It was the same love that our Heavenly Father gives us. He will correct you. Sometimes in ways that you're like, God, that don't make sense at all. I know I messed up, but this is crazy. Like, you gotta be off your rocker, God. And then God will look at you and he'll say, I love you. You're right. You know, that was my conversation with my dad. My mom, she said, you had me worried about I thought you were hurt or sick and we were going to call a doctor. You know, mom will do her thing. Like, I love my mom, okay? But it was something different about that moment because no matter what mom said, I'm sorry, mom. My mindset was changed. My heart was changed because she was expressing that love and I was receiving it. But at the same time, what I needed was my dad to say what he said in that moment. Because I know dad when he's mad, right? Y'all know. When the switch flips and your parents are upset with you, you don't want to be around them, okay? But it was a calm storm. And he said that because he was worried too, right? He was concerned about my well-being. I was a young man. I was out way too late, and I knew the rules. And so when he said that, that was punishment, and that was love. All at the same time, he's like, and I got that. You also are to love one another. You're called to this. It's not a, oh, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. No, you're to love in that kind of love. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. That kind of love. If you show that kind of love, genuine, sincere, honest, when you say it, they feel it, they mean it, that kind of love, people will know you're different. People won't look at you and be like, oh, they say they're a Christian. No, people will look at me like, I know they're a Christian. Something's different. Because it's no longer this. Everybody do this. It's got to be more, right? It has to be something that changes you. Romans 5:8, but God showed his love for us that while we were still sinners, he died for us. That's some love. That's love that, man, I have a hard time understanding at times. So does your life look like love? Are you patient? I'm not saying, are you patient, last week. I'm saying, does your life exude patience in all aspects of your life? Are you patient with your siblings? Are you patient with your parents? Are you patient with your teachers? Because you don't think, oh, they must have had a bad day too. No, you're just mad at them because they gave you a pop quiz. Or they don't understand you when you're saying you're struggling with school. Oh, this teacher sucks. Why don't you put your feet in their shoes once and think about their life? Do you know what they're going through? No. Why? Maybe you didn't ask. Are you kind? Kindness with words, kindness with actions. Are you arrogant and rude? It says in Corinthians it's not. Love is not like that. Love is not self-seeking. Me. We live in a me culture, right? It's got to be my way or no way. And we want it done now. Microwave fast. Come on. You want to show me love? Do this for me right now, or else you don't love me. Do this for me. My needs. Do you laugh or rejoice with wrongdoing? That one kid who always gets bullied, you join in? Come on, it's just a little fun, just picking. Maybe you got a friend group, but one person's always the butt of the joke in that friend group. Oh, they're fine. Are they? Look, I say that because I was there, all right? I don't say things that I haven't been a part of or lived through, okay? I've been on both ends of that coin, right? I've been the one who's always the butt of the joke. And I've been the one who always jumped in on picking on the same person over and over and over and over and over until literally they broke down and couldn't handle it anymore. What did we do? We looked at them and said, what's your problem? We're just joking. Yeah, we had been joking for years. Years. Not love. Do you love your neighbor? And if you do, we had to clarify who your neighbor was. It says that people will know you are my disciples. We know what that means. It means you're loving. So how can you show love to your enemy, and in what ways are you showing love to your parents and family? Super simple. Somebody tell me. How can you show love to your enemy? Forgive them. That's tough. But it's true. What else? Other ways. How can you show love? Adam, how do you show love? Doing nice things for them. Awesome. Mason. Spending time. Quality time. What else? What'd you say, Pam? Listening. Everybody needs a listening ear. Sierra. Invite them in. Bring them into the circle. Come on, be a part. What else? Other ways. Come on, how you show love? How about not pick on each other every 30 seconds? Braden. Huh? A hug or a high five? He's waiting for that high five. I'm going to wait until you get it. Okay. Come on now, love. Laugh with people when they laugh. Cry with people when they cry. You want to show love in that kind of way? Be there. Just be there. Y'all are weird. I would much rather my friends be there for me in my darkest times than be there for me when everybody else is rejoicing with me. Right? I know they're my friend then. If they walk with me through the sludge, yeah, I'll bring them with me on the mountaintop. Everybody's your best friend when you're doing good. When you're living great, when you're the talk of town, when you're popular or financially wealthy or whatever, give yourselves 20, 30 years, you'll know who your friends are. And you'll know how they've shown you love. You know that family member who's only there when they need something. You need to love them too. Would you be willing to lay your life down for another? I mean, I'd lay my life down for my wife or daughters right now. No problem. They're family. What about for the stranger down the street? You ain't never met a day in your life. That's kind of weird. Trust me, I have good ears. I can hear things. I can hear that too. Here's the thing. I'm asking you this question, not asking for an answer, because that's a difficult choice, right? If I was placed in that scenario, this is how I'd react. I want you guys to honestly think this, okay? Just hear me out, okay? You might agree. You might think, Will, I don't know how I see you right now. Hear me out, okay? I got my mom right here, all right? I love my mom, okay? My mom loves me and her. We're good, right? Solid Christian lady. Over here, I got a teenager, right? A teenager that I have never met. I don't know his name. He's young, probably, 16, 17 years old. He's not a Christian. I know that. And I'm asked to choose to save one and the other one is killed. What do I do? You guys, you may never understand this. And in the moment, I pray every day, God, if I was ever faced with something like this, that you give me the strength to make this decision. I'd say, I love you, Mom. I'll see you later. Why? Why would you do that? Because I know where my mom's going to be, and I'll see her again. This kid has so much life left, and he's not going to heaven. And what I would do is I would probably pour the rest of my life into this young man, because I have to make it worth my mom dying. So hear me when I say to you, I love you. I mean it. And I'll pour my life into you guys because I want you to succeed. I want you to grow. I'll give up time and sleep and energy. I'll go to sporting events and I'll go to, concerts and bands and whatever else. Why? Because I want you to know that I love you. Stacy and I are here to listen to your hardships as much as celebrate with you guys. JJ and Pam don't just volunteer their time because they volunteer their time. Oh, they're an extra body. No, they love you. They care about you. They want the best for you. Nobody takes off an entire week of work unpaid to spend in a room with smelly boys at a camp unless they love you. Nobody will deal with a room full of girls until 3 a.m. unless she loves you. That's how it is. I know you do. You're all good, girls. Have a good practice today. If not your life, then what about your dreams and desires? Your wants? Are you willing to say, I'll come second? You can come first? Even smaller, can you just share your stuff? Or are you willing to, just share what you have? Your siblings and stuff. Oh my gosh, they're always in my stuff. Why not show love in a different way? Be practical. Brothers, right? I know you've gone at it. Probably this week. But the point being, you guys love each other. It's funny because they both laughed at the same time. Because they're like, stop being weird. But it's true. You know how I showed JJ love? Here's a story for y'all. Through college, all right? Me and JJ were suite mates, right? Room right next to me. Went to classes together, everything else. But every lunch, we had lunch together. You know how I showed JJ love? Every single lunch. Without fail, JJ would get a zebra cake. And every single lunch, without fail, I would walk up to him and I would smash that zebra cake as flat as a pancake. Every single lunch. And then I'd give him mine. Because I started feeling bad. To be honest, I don't even know. It started as a game because I was like, man, he's going to have a zebra cake. Watch this. And I just smashed it in front of everybody at the table. He's like, what are you doing? Right? And then as it went on, I was like, wham! And I'd like sneak up and smash it. He would like try to like save it and protect it. That's not love, Pastor Will. That's mean.
But here's the caveat. If somebody else did it, Pastor Will make it upset again. Because only I can pick on JJ.
Nobody can smash JJ's zebra cake except me.
And that is considered love. You have
Adam's like, come on, Lord. You got two. Come on. That's just how it was, right? Our friendship has been great. Over a decade strong. But we've been through the sludge. We've been through the highs. That's just what you do. Show love. Everybody understand what I'm saying? All right. I need someone who's willing to close us in prayer and pray for the tithes and offerings as well. So Jackson, I appreciate it. Go ahead and pray for the tithes and offerings and pray for this service and everybody in It is. Yep. Amen. Thank you, Jackson. You guys are dismissed. We have a water baptism downstairs. I'd love for you all to celebrate with me as Jacob is going to get baptized.